Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 12, Episode 12. Wow. I was waiting for you to, like, say something, and then you just didn't have a reaction.
12-12. I don't know.
12-12. No, we're almost there. This is basically it. It's just the weird Zoom reunion and a finale.
A weird Zoom finale.
Season 12 reunion from the new Shady Bunch. The Shady Bunch.
I think the finale is going to be less weird than the reunion.
Oh, for sure.
Because, like, the finale, like, they'll have produced the segment, you know, like, they'll have filmed themselves doing performances and whatever. You know, they'll put their little montages together and stuff. But
And
the
maybe...
reunion... But the reunion, if it's like this, where like people are cutting each other off and starting and stopping, and it's like, now the yellow square is around you. Okay, you talk. You know, like who has the magic yellow square?
Do I look mad to you? You know.
No, you don't look mad to me. I mean, you know, it's like gonna be a mess. It's like it's just not set up for that. But the finale, I think, will be okay.
Well, and they may have already filmed, you know, like some video packages for the top 3.
We went and talked to your mom, and she said, you know, like, whatever. Yeah.
Potentially.
But perhaps. First things first, shout out to our wine sponsor, Wink. Go to trywink.com/moviebitches to get $22 off your first month of wine.
Oh, no, wait. We decided we had to do it my way.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my gosh. Silly me.
Go to trywink.com/moviebitches to get $22 off your first box of wine.
It's good. I have my rosé today, which I am quite enjoying. It's a little warm in my closet, so I have my closet rosé.
In your closet. No more hiding in closets.
No.
No more. Oh, I miss her.
I do too. You know, the episode started. Well, so, right. Okay, so this episode starts. And,
wait. Shout out to our Patreon subscribers.
Of course. $5 a month or more gets you early access. $10 a month or more. I can't do 10.
Do it together.
Yeah. $10 a month or more gets you access to our viewing parties. We will also be doing viewing parties for All Stars 5. Not for Drag Race Canada. I think I'm just going to pretend like it doesn't exist.
I mean, on one hand, I'm intrigued because it's, like, different.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be, like, fresh. But on the other hand, I'm like, dear God. It's too much. It's too soon.
It's too much too soon. You know, wall to wall is crazy.
Yes. So maybe at some point we will talk about it, but not when it's airing.
Yeah. But if there's like amazing, fabulous highlights, someone send me a YouTube video. I'm down. But anyway, make sure to subscribe, share, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, all that good stuff. This episode started and I was like, oh, right, Heidi's not here.
I know, and I think she would have slayed this challenge.
Yes.
So I'm sad.
I mean, I think they all did slay this challenge. I mean, we're going to talk about track records because the show decided that we had to.
Girl.
Not too much, because, like, I'm cool. But...
An entire page of my notes just says, track record, track record, track record, track record, track record. I was, like, counting...
the number of times that they said it.
It was
aggressive.
God.
I think you'll have to edit it all together.
Oh, don't make me.
No, then you'd have to listen to it all over again.
Track record. Track record.
Like
Track record.
Track record.
Track record. Track record. Track record. Track record.
But yes, they all come back. Heidi has gone home, and Jada is getting ready to wipe away the lip. But oh no! This like what is happening with all these brownouts that they have?
Right? Well, it was also just so weird to me that like the lights were out in the backstage part, like the makeup area, but they didn't go out in the untucked area.
That's why I was like, this seems real weird. Like it's something not to do with the grid, but with their specific setup.
Right.
This is like, what, the third time this has happened?
At least the second.
So anyway, the ghost of Heidi, Boo, has haunted them till the end.
I will say I was a little disappointed because they were like, oh, goodbye, Heidi. And I was like, oh my God, they're going to bring her back.
I know. And she's behind the mirror.
Right? But no, they didn't do it.
I'd be like, yes, but also no. This season, I'm okay.
Let her come back for that episode, slay, and then kick off Jackie and Sherry.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I will be honest, I really came around on Jackie this episode.
Yeah.
I've always liked her. But this episode, I was like, bitch, you turned it out. And you
She really
really
did.
stepped up your pussy. And I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was a tough judging call
Yeah.
for me, except for the choices that they made. I disagree with. So, you know.
I think because Jackie has really sort of accepted that she's not going to win at this point, basically. And it's just like, I'm going to have fun with it. So she was just really fun this episode. She's talking about how she's the Susan Lucci of drag. And she's just like, girl, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to slay. I'm going to try my best. Okay, so they de-drag and then it's the next day. So I guess now Heidi has another achievement under her belt that her lipstick message stayed on the longest.
Oh, sure.
They had to do it the next day.
That's true. And then, do we get, like, the first Rue message of the season? Like, I feel like there hasn't been any.
Not the first, but it was like definitely not every episode.
Lots of gambling puns. Did she say luck be a lady tonight? Because if she didn't, that seems like a missed opportunity.
I honestly don't much pay attention to those messages. I think you do more. That's why you're always like, they didn't do a message. And I'm like, oh yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. Because I thought they were going to do like a Viva Las Vegas, thing. Like Elvis and Anne Margaret. But then it was RuPaul's Drag Race live.
RuPaul's Drag Race Live. RuPaul's Drag Race Live. RuPaul's Drag Race Live. RuPaul's Drag Race Live. RuPaul's Drag Race Live.
Oh, this was really sad for me.
Well, it was extra sad because obviously this is all canceled and none of this is happening.
Yes, that's what I meant. Like, it was just like, oh, God.
Or if they were going to do Viva Las Vegas, do lean into Showgirls. I mean, Jackie does the choreography, and I was like, yeah.
But they did lean into Showgirls. Well, I guess they leaned into, like, Showgirls, not the movie Showgirls.
Not Showgirls.
Yes. Oh, my God. Jackie's, though, was really, it was like...
She tried.
She did. It was silly, but it was like more the robot does Nomi Malone than...
It was Gigi.
Yeah, there you go. I thought this mini challenge was fun. They have to decorate a showgirl headpiece and do like a... Oh, sure.
Jackie is meeping. She like...
And then they had to do like a weird kind of vamping number. Like, I don't know what to call this necessarily. They're like in front of a curtain.
Well, I mean, they've done this before. It's sort of like a photo shoot. Sometimes Rue will have the camera and do like a photo shoot with it. It did feel like this was like a middle episode mini challenge and not a finale or a penultimate episode. Which was odd.
Like, this whole episode didn't feel like a final episode because, like, usually Michelle comes out and is like, hello, 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 Rue's not here, I am, and you have to choreograph and write your lyrics and then come to the podcast and whatever, and they didn't do that.
Tic Tac lunch, all of the above.
Yeah.
I liked this episode a lot more than some of the past penultimate episodes, so I wasn't really complaining, but it was odd.
It was interesting that they changed it, but at the same time, I think you're right. Like, it was kind of nice to not have the repetitiveness of like, oh, well, we really want to get to know you.
It definitely felt different.
Yeah.
They have to do these fabulous headdresses, and it made me think of Friends with Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas!
With like oh yeah, you don't watch that. Chandler's dad, who is a drag queen.
Oh. It's
a little problematic because he also may be trans, but it's played by Kathleen Turner.
Please welcome the incomparable Helena Handbasket.
Hello, darlings.
It's like sort of a Tu Wong Fu thing where it's like, drag queens and how they're just always in drag. And you're like, sure. Yeah. Anyway, a little complicated, but she has a fabulous drag show called Viva Las Vegas. And it's like hilarious. Rue says they have to make an over-the-top, extravagant headdress. And I thought Crystal was the only one that made an over-the-top headdress.
Hers was my favorite, like, Showgirls Vegas headdress. I thought that Gigi's was fine in terms of, like, it was more subdued, but, like, it was also very Vegas-y. Like, it was very Cher.
Crystal's was just the only one that I was like, bitch, could you have any more feathers on your head? Like, what is that? Like, it was like I Love Lucy, like, oh, I'm shrinking under this headdress situation, where everyone else's, I was like, oh, that looks really pretty.
Yeah. I would say Jada's was close to it, too.
Well, and I also love that Crystal was like, I just want to be a flamingo.
Yes. I really wanted someone to do like a Miss Congeniality 2, like giant Big Bird.
That's what I mean. Like they needed to almost give them like a pre-structured headdress that then they just added shit to that was like crazy and over the top. Because that's hard to like weight that. Maybe they gave them something as a base, but anyway.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
But everyone it was fun and did a little vamp and Gigi wins and it was like, oh cool. Did she win something? I don't even remember.
She won a trip for 2 to Las Vegas. And I was like, oh. I was like, I hope she used it already. Like, ooh.
Oh.
Ew. Ew.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, you know, there was nothing that they could do. It was just a bummer for me this episode where it kept, like, there were so many references to, like, and a stay in Las Vegas. It's not happening. You know, and this show not happen. Like, it's just none of it's happening for a long time. And I'm just like, this is a bummer.
Well, and we knew that they were going to be filming, or before all of this, they were going to be filming the finale in Vegas. So it was like, oh, and it'll all tie in. And live from the Vegas Strip, here we are at the Flamingo where we do our RuPaul's Drag Race live. You know, it was like, no.
I mean, you know, what are you going to do? And they're rolling with the punches and they're just making it work. So quick commercial break and we will be back with more Showgirls, except not really. That'd be fun. I'm ready for that, like, special number. The unauthorized Rusical, Showgirls. And then you get Elizabeth Banks to come, or Elizabeth Berkley to come guest star. Like, that'd be great. She'd be down.
I don't know if Elizabeth Berkley's down to clown as much as Gina Gershon.
Ooh, I mean, I think Gina Gershon would be more fun to have on the show. So, yes, Gina Gershon.
Wait, but also, why hasn't Gina Gershon been a guest on the show?
I don't know. That's crazy. Or also, why not? Where's Rena Riffle? Oh, I was going to say Penny, a.k.a. Hope.
Oh, Penny or Hope. Rena Riffle.
It's Penny. Or Hope. Or Rena.
But also Kyle MacLachlan, maybe. He seems to get it.
He seems like a real weirdo in the best way.
Yes. But also I'm fully down for, like, category on the runway, goddess.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Or is that part of the Showgirls Unauthorized Rusical?
I don't know, but I definitely want someone to be dressed as a spitting dolphin. That's all I know.
If the neon palm trees didn't win her over, the spitting dolphins will.
Oh my god, yes.
Or an electric palm tree.
But it should be like, they should bring back poor Dahlia.
No. Put her in a dolphin outfit. Or, no, just have the pit crew dressed like sexy palm trees that are neon in the background doing this.
Love it. One of the dance moves is this.
Oh yeah, definitely Sexy Monster.
Yeah.
Ooh, sexy monster.
They have to eat doggy chow?
Oh my god! Yeah, I think it needs to be like the progression of the movie where it's like, you know, the first act is like, I want my suitcase! Is like a number, you know, and
different places!
God! Float throws the fries and then
I think the opening number is different places, right?
Different places.
Is there a song that's just called Brown Rice and Vegetables?
Oh my, no, but there's a song that's called Thrusted.
I mean, obviously. Oh, and Bryce. No, what's his name? Who's the redheaded pit crew member?
Oh, yeah, Bryce. Yeah.
Bryce can be the Thrust It guy.
Thrust it.
Or they could turn.
Do a PK turn. Much better. Like, what? That's it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I mean, what kind of turn was that? Do a PK turn. That's it. Okay, music!
Or they could get him back to do it.
Oh, fabulous. Because he was on an episode of Aja and the Queen, so yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So anyway.
Quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Showgirls.
So anyway, this episode.
Yep.
Yeah. The Maxi Challenge is another Rusical. I was surprised. I mean, not really, but also when I thought about it, I was like, God damn, they've done an actual Rusical. The first 2 episodes where they had to do a verse and a dance. And now this. That's a lot.
It is a lot. Well, because usually this episode is for a Ru song.
Right.
But I guess maybe that's why they shook it up, was because they wanted to promote the Drag Race Live Vegas bit.
RuPaul's Drag Race Live. RuPaul's Drag Race Live. RuPaul's Drag Race Live. RuPaul's Drag Race Live. RuPaul's Drag Race Live.
RuPaul's Drag Race Live. She said it a lot.
So these were the actual songs from the show. It's a little bit of a bummer for me because I found the worst part of this show to be the music. It was fine. It was all lovely. And maybe when you're seeing it in like an entire Broadway-esque performance, it's more engaging. But for me, I was like, God, the song is really going on forever.
We'll talk about it. We'll get there.
But so the queens have to write their own verses, and then they go record them with Grace and Frankie. What were their names?
Leland and Freddy.
Yes. Yes.
And they were great, by the way.
They are great. We had them earlier for the first episode,
yes.
And they were also great. So it turns out much better.
I think they're great coaches. They really like brought the best out in them, took time. They weren't like, gosh, if you don't get this, blah, blah, blah. You know, they weren't giving them sass.
No.
I was into it.
I'm going to go ahead and say it because it's official now. Todrick has not been in this season at all.
That's true.
I joked in the viewing party that maybe it's because they said, oh, well, we'll pay you when we can.
Because that's what they've been doing.
That's what he's done to all these dancers on his videos.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah. A lot of drama where he like wouldn't pay the fucking dancers.
What the fuck?
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't mind it at all. In fact, I think I really appreciated that they got people that were more talented than him.
Oh, yeah. Well, and more like specific to this skill set. If he's going to be a coach, it should be, I'm going to coach you on how to be like a YouTube personality that turns it out.
Sure.
And produce your own content. That is what he would be a good coach for.
Yes.
But just to be like a choreographer and or like a recording session, not so much. Oh, but before they get to the recording studio, they're all kind of sitting around like, oh, I have to write my rap and like, what am I going to do? The song, I guess, is Losing is the New Winning. Right. I guess that maybe that's funnier when you're at the show and it's like drag queens that have lost the show are performing that number.
That was my assumption, is that it's all queens that had lost but got close or whatever. And it's like, woohoo, losing is the new winning because we're here in Las Vegas performing live.
Like, because Vanjie's doing it or something.
Exactly.
Like, oh, yeah.
Exactly.
But it felt weird having these 5 queens performing a Losing is the New Winning song at the last episode when what they are trying to do is win.
Yes, I agree. It was odd to me.
Gigi's having a hard time because she's like, how would you try and be vulnerable in a rap?
Through rap?
And then everyone decided to give Crystal like a pep talk for a real long time. And I was like, not mad, but I was like, this is happening.
It was. Okay, so I noticed a few things this episode. There was a lot of Gigi talking. A lot of confessional Gigi. And a fair amount of confessional Jada. But also there was this weird thing of like Gigi and Crystal, and it was almost like, are they dating or something? Or like they hooking up on the side? Not sure what's going on here. But also it was like this weird thing of like, Gigi, why are you so concerned with Crystal? And like, why is everyone being like, oh, Crystal, we gotta put you in a better mood. We gotta get your confidence back. I'm like, you guys, she's doing fine. She just won.
They were all like giving her lyric ideas and stuff. And I was like, what has happened? What is going on?
But anyway, I thought Leland and Freddy were really great.
They were coaches.
They were
really
coaches.
Coached them to their best performance. And I was like, I appreciate it. And I think that's why the end result was so good.
Yeah. I think that's why the Rusicals this season had been great, because they had professionals working to create the best product possible.
And that weren't like, I'm going to be sassy because I want airtime on the show. They were like, I'm here for you.
Yes. I'm here to help elevate all of you to be the best that you can be. I was really nervous. You know, they obviously did like the scary cut of Jada where she's like, I can't sing. Oh, well, if, you know, you don't get enough of you going all the way through, then we're not going to have any good takes of you doing it. It worked out fine.
Just go make them know your name.
I saw through that.
I was like, oh, girl. But then I was like, well, that means that she's going to be great or fine because, like, they're doing that edit.
Look over there.
It doesn't get old. The way she delivers it, I mean, we'll talk about them in the end. But while it seemed like Ru was on Molly and was just in love with everyone, I will say that this season and this cast is very, very strong.
Yes, very strong and very well-rounded.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of queens that were one note this season. They stack the deck, two aces high, lots of royal flushes. I don't know, poker stuff.
That's not
Vegas,
bad. Queens. Yeah, I got you. I got it. I saw where you were going.
you know, Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
So double down.
Oh my God, you are doubling down. That's for sure.
Double down.
Roll the dice.
Oh my God.
And pull and shake the rice. I don't know.
Shake the dice and steal the rice.
Shut up, Avaryl.
Shut up, Ross. Sorry, it was just a reflex.
So, quick commercial break, and we'll be back with some choreography. I really like Jamal Sims.
I do too, and I want to talk about his suit.
Yes.
So next up is the choreography with Jamal Sims, who's fabulous.
Fabulous.
By the way.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah.
Professional, talented,
Yep.
good coach.
Yep.
Would gladly have him back.
Absolutely. I mean, he assigned them all choreography that they could do that suited them well. It was very good, very professional, really elevated them. Big fan.
Encouraging.
Yes.
And like molding of, thought he was great.
Yep.
And I loved Crystal just being like, I'm a great dancer. I'm an amazing dancer.
I'm an amazing dancer. Very talented.
Positive pep talk. I am great.
Yep.
Again, I mean, Jackie's dancing really, if they were going for funny dancing, she would win the Oscar. I love it. I genuinely love it. It's not sexy or graceful.
Hopefully she smooths it out. But right now, it's interesting.
It's so funny. It really gets me. This dad dancing, they call it.
Yes. It's very that.
What did she say? Oh, it looks like I'm dancing at a bar mitzvah or something. Well, and then Gigi and Jackie's like nerd off made me laugh too.
Yes.
My body moving in such a way. So they all walk into the workroom and they pick up their, I thought these were like rainbow milkshakes. I was really confused at first, and then it was just the glass.
It took me a long time too. I was like, what? What? Huh?
What's going on? Oh, I'm an idiot. Great.
Yeah.
And then they're all getting ready and they're talking about like, oh, what was your first impression of all the other queens and blah, blah, blah. And this, I mean, Jackie.
I was a little confused by the pirate outfit. I was like, oh, is this like the costume campy queen?
Costume?
Well, but she first she gives a look and then she gives a look straight to camera as if she's on The Office. Like, I'm sorry, did you just capture that on film? And then it goes to the confessional. Costume.
Back rolls.
Back rolls.
Costume. But it was a costume.
It was fully a costume, and it really made me laugh. It really got me. Her reaction and then with like the painted eyebrows,
yes.
And just like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am bothered. Come bother me.
Come bother me.
Oh right, and then Jackie complimenting Jada's makeup.
At the improv challenge, that was when I was painted as an apple.
You've been like painted a beautiful like sad apple.
Said what? By saying that she painted a great apple also really made me laugh. Well, and this is where like the Ben de la Creme, abacus really starts to come into play. Gigi's really concerned about the track record, basically because she feels like she's in a weak position at this point. Like she's really been strong and won so many challenges, but she's been kind of tapering off, and so she's concerned that like if they don't go on track record, she could be the one going home, basically.
Right, because she has the strongest wins, tied for the most.
Tied for the most, yes.
And it's gonna probably come down to report cards.
And then there's just a lot of talk about track record.
Yeah.
For like a while.
A long time. And then we get more of it Untucked, and I was just like, shut up. But
well, Untucked was just a clip show.
It was, I
don't know how many times I was like, yeah, we just watched this in the episode. I already saw this 10 minutes ago. What are we doing?
Or we saw it, 2 weeks ago, but either way, it was like, they don't have any material because they're all like, not boring, but like, there's nothing for them to talk about. I don't know.
And they're cutting everything they can of Sherry's, so there's
Sure.
like even less material to work with.
Yeah. So Ru walks out in this black Eleganza moment. I liked this a lot, except I didn't love the like Iron Man brooch.
The big brooch.
Like the top of it was like kind of like a little silver butterfly. It was kind of pretty, but then it had like this huge ass, like it was like an Iron Man, like I don't know.
It's keeping her heart pumping. That's her secret to her youthful glow.
Exactly, yeah.
I loved the sort of fallen, off the shoulder fit of it all. And the brooch I liked, but it was too big.
Yes, but those hips.
Like, oh. But she looked gorgeous. I was into this.
Yes.
And then, oh my gosh, Jamal Sims is like tartan duster that he walked when they said like, oh, and this week Jamal Sims as the guest. I was like, oh. And then when he took off the coat part, and then there was a vest matching with the I like want this. I love it. I was obsessed with this.
Yeah. So it's RuPaul's Drag Race Live, the Rusical. And this was fun. I mean, they did a really good job. Like I said, for me, the songs are like the disjointedness of it. Like I love, we started at the bottom, now we're here song. They come out in their walk-in looks. I thought that was really fun.
It was weird because I was pinpointing every song really sounded like some other musical to me. So like the opening song, I was like, well, this is just from Hairspray.
Baby, I made it.
This is cute. And, oh, we finally made it. We're here, And but then I was also thinking about the real show. And I was like, oh, so when whoever the cast is, did they walk in their walk-in looks? I don't know. I just had a lot of like thoughts I felt like I needed to know. Not
Sure.
needed to know, wanted to know.
Well, I mean, I guess you just have to go see the show, which unfortunately we now can't for a while, but...
Right. There's a heavy cloud above all of this.
Yes, a little bit. But at some point we can go, and then we can find out and have our questions answered.
Yes! And, I thought this was fun. They're all in their walk-in looks. There's sexy bellhops in little pink short shorts and hats. So I was like, this is stupid. It all felt so musically, which is what it was, but somehow that's not Vegas to me.
Right.
So like I was like, oh, I was expecting more of like, and here's so-and-so to do her fabulous ballad of this crazy uniqueness. But it felt very like, and now we're going to see the Carole King musical. Oh, that was so fun. We got tickets to the Pantages. We saw it at a matinee. I don't know.
That's fair. It was a little bit more Broadway and a little less Vegas. I mean, I guess there's only like one queen that knows aerial silks, so like, you could have Jocelyn Fox on her stilts, I guess, but
no, that was Ivy.
That was Ivy Winter on her stilts. Very Cirque du Soleil.
Anyway, maybe they just happened to pick all the musical numbers, and that's not really a read, or it wasn't like a bad thing. I just was like, oh, I wouldn't necessarily expect to go to Vegas and see this. But then the next number, this was just like straight out of Mamma Mia now. It was like, and I'm singing to the mirror about my mother, and we're getting dressed. And I was like, okay, sure, right. Yeah.
They grow up so fast.
I learned never to let it show.
I fully get that. This was my least favorite number, where it just was like this emotion that for me had not been earned. I'm sure in the show we probably get more of it, where it's like, ooh, growing up and being different and wanting to be like learning to become a drag queen. Isn't that nice? But like, it didn't play for me.
I was more into it.
Okay.
I think it hurt that it started with Sherry and she looked like a nightmare. With like the no wig and just that crazy painted on face of like, let me pour my heart out to you. And I was like, ah! But I thought Jackie fucking nailed this. She showed me such vulnerability and just everything she was doing. I was like, yes, all of this. Where's the popcorn? Jackie, you are stealing this number. But no, I mean, everyone was pretty good in this. Like, I thought Crystal and Gigi played off each other very nicely. Yes. And Jada was like, yes, look at this wig. And I was like, yes, look at this fucking wig. Yes. But for me, Jackie like brought the vulnerability, and I was like, I wasn't like, oh my God, the plight, and they just want to wear drag and they love each other. I wasn't like that, but I was like, okay,
yeah.
I just wrote, Jada is a woman. I love her. Jada's great.
She really is.
She can paint.
Oh. And I also really enjoyed with Jada this performance. She would give you these little moments, physicalities or talkbacks or little things where she really picked up on it and made it fun and funny.
Yes.
Like I kept finding myself amused the most by Jada.
She really like would come and be like, she'd have a sassy moment and really stand out. And you'd be like, oh yeah, Jada, yes.
Yes. She would just like, for me, ooze charisma.
So then we get to the third musical. I mean, it was a lot of musical numbers. losing is the new winning, the disco trap. Maybe we just don't do disco anymore. Maybe that's the solution. And this bodysuit of Sherry's was awful.
Awful. I'm glad that Michelle called it out because it was, I mean, it stood out from the crowd in a bad way. I mean, Michelle then also read Crystal for hers, but I liked the color neon combo. I thought it was kind of fun.
I thought it was super fun and weird, and it worked for me. Well, and Michelle also was like, you know how I feel about chaps.
Right.
Just like, period, end of sentence. And I was like, what?
Well, and so what, Michelle, people aren't allowed to wear chaps on RuPaul's Drag Race because you have some personal feelings about it?
I liked this look a lot.
The heart thing, the top love.
This like Queen of Hearts harness, I was into it.
Yeah.
I was really into it. And I love that her wig like literally perfectly matched the color of the outfit.
Well, and her slide was very impressive.
Yes.
And then it was even more impressive / confusing when you think about if she was in chaps, was that her just poor bare ass sliding across the stage?
No, I'm sure she had nylons on or something.
Well, I guess that's true. Sure.
She had a ton of energy. She came out with confidence. Her track was good. Like, she was great.
Yeah.
Everyone was like really good except for Sherry, and we'll talk about it. Genuinely, I thought she was the worst. Like,
yep.
Regardless of the outside world, I was like, well, clearly she was the worst. What? So then Crystal, I thought, was really funny and fun.
Draw on a big smile, add glitter to make it pop. Let your hair down, swing it around.
So,
that was really cracking me up.
I thought Jackie's rap was really great.
Hers stood out to me the most when she said Persianality. I lost my mind. I honestly did. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
With Persianality.
Oh, and her little merkin and the twerking and the whatever and the it was all, I thought, really good.
But you can rub my lamp, I'll give you camp. I'll be working on my merkin as I'm turning up the amp.
I thought she was coming for it. Like, she was like, bitch, I'm going to give you everything I can. And I really thought, I was like very impressed with Jackie. And I was just like, I mean, I feel like she earned her spot. Personally.
Yeah. I mean, I probably would have still put Jackie and Sherry in the bottom.
Oh, 100%.
But then I think she probably could have, I mean, we haven't seen Sherry lip sync for unknown reasons.
She lip synced because she was in the top in her first episode.
Oh, right.
Because I was trying to remember, speaking of track records, Sherry hasn't won a challenge since episode 4 or something? Like, early.
It was like 4 or 5.
Oh, she won Gay's Anatomy, right?
Yeah, that was episode 5.
So she hasn't won an episode since episode 5.
Yeah, that was, we will talk about it briefly because I really don't care, but also we will talk about it.
Okay, great. And then Jada, I thought, oh my God, this disco queen with all of this. Oh, she was giving it all.
Yeah.
Jada really like nailed the choreography. Like, she was really feeling it, and I was feeling her.
She had the most stage presence for me. I wanted to watch her the most. Even though she wasn't the best singer, she didn't have the best rap, like, yes, others did better in certain aspects, but for me, I would watch Jada's the most. Quick commercial break, and we will be back with the runway. Category is Eleganza Extravoganza.
This week on the runway, Eleganza Extravoganza, whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
And first on the runway was Crystal Method.
I loved this.
Person explained it perfectly when he was like, I mean, am I saying that I loved this asymmetrical, puffy-legged,
high-waisted, ruched, blue velvet, double necklace, turban, blue makeup number? But somehow, I'm gonna say that I love it.
He had this whole speech.
Double necklace.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I do. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like, somehow I do as well.
Yes. And I think that's what Crystal does so well, is that she has these quirky, fun ideas that she knows how to really stylize. Everything is edited well, that it all works together, even though it might be a little crazy.
I mean, this TeletubbyGenie, I was living.
Yeah.
Again, this is another, like, look that people are going to be like, oh, bitch, remember that look? Fuck yes.
Yes, another iconic look that I don't think got given its due in terms of the judging.
No, I agree.
Next was Gigi Good in her, like, headgear prom queen. I thought she looked gorgeous. I really liked this. I thought it was a quirky, fun twist
I really like this. I think had it been a different color, it may have, because it was very like Dumb and Dumber ruffled suits. So I was like, if it had been like that fuck off orange, just like really, really obnoxious, it may have been more impactful.
Sure.
But I genuinely really like this.
Yes.
How she like made the cummerbund, the corset, the headgear was glittering to match the ruffles and the bows. Like it was very good.
Like Michelle pointed out, everything was perfectly tailored and, you know, crafted.
Yes. I mean, it was giving me very Joan Cusack in 16 Candles. Just like, oh, gotta, you know.
For me, it was more so Mean Girls, right? Where it's like Regina George in her like head brace or whatever. It was more that.
This was a better balance between costume and like fashion.
Costume?
This, to me, leaned less to costume.
Yes.
It had so many intricate ideas all put together just very nicely.
Well, it wasn't an exact reference. It wasn't Regina George in Mean Girls or Drew Barrymore in Never Been Kissed. Like, you know, it was like a kind of checkpoint of all of these different references and its own thing altogether.
Yes, very that. Oh, God. Fucking love that movie.
I know. I haven't watched it in a really long time.
I think it's still great.
I will say I just
loved that movie.
Oh, I loved that movie. I will say I just watched Dodgeball again, and it does not really hold up.
I mean, that was never my favorite anyway.
Fair.
It was like iconic, like everyone quoted it about the wrenches and stuff, but it was never my personal favorite.
Sure, I get that. Although I did also just watch Josie and the Pussycats, and it does fully hold up.
Didn't we talk about this?
On camera?
Or maybe it was on a live or something.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Or maybe it was in our real life. I don't know. We talk so much, I can never tell when and what we've said. But oh my God, Josie and the Pussycats is everything.
Everything. It really...
So ahead of its time.
Yeah. Oh, and I just rewatched Heartbreakers, too. And that also holds up.
Duh.
I mean, duh, but like, yes.
That is one of the most underrated movies, I think, ever.
Wow.
It's so good. It's so funny. It's actually really romantic. Like, the plot is very interesting and different and like, fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
So then next on the runway is Jackie Cox. And I really went back and forth on this.
Yeah.
At first I was like, oh, this shape, okay, this like wrapping paper, splatter paint, Dior, what's going on? And then it was like, ooh, what's going on with your makeup though, girl? And the blue hair, I don't know. Oh, actually, it could kind of give me some Liechtenstein, you know, Warhol portrait. Okay, yeah. But then I'd be like, oh, girl, but that like yellow eyeliner. I went back and forth.
I mean, she did say that she was going for like an Andy Warhol portrait, you know, like the pop art. I wish that it had gone further toward there then or something.
For me, it was the makeup. If the makeup had been either more cartoony, Liechtenstein-y, or just pretty.
Right.
Because I thought actually her face looked really pretty during the musical. And then there was lots of color blocking and it was like a no. So I liked this a lot. But I did kind of go, oh, it was kombucha to me.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Jackie, it was like so close to being really great. I wanted to give her like a Miss Geist, like real quick makeover. Just be like, take that necklace off, girl. Okay, fuss with your makeup, change your hair just a little bit, like just like a quick little like, oh, and this and this and this. No, okay, go on. Get out there. You got this, girl.
It was certainly not bad.
No.
But I would say it was one of the weakest on the stage.
Yes. There was one person I put lower.
Well, yes. Speaking of, next was Redacted Pie. I got the reference, didn't find it eleganza or extravaganza or really that good. I don't know. I did not care for this.
I didn't like this at all. This was straight up a costume to me. This was like, I rented a Hello Dolly outfit. I look like Madam. What was it with the puppet and the guy? What's his name? Leland and Madam or whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah.
This was just so costumey to me.
That's fair. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I feel like it was more Hello Dolly than it was Mae West. Well, and they were like, oh, it's such a fresh new take on, you know, Mae West and the like this period. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This isn't fresh or new.
I was like, oh, good. She's going to be in the bottom because we've seen this kind of look from her before. She hasn't grown at all. Her makeup looks the same. Her jumpsuit or her bodysuit was terrible. I thought we didn't talk about her rap. I thought it was like, fine.
I literally don't remember it.
She was like, my name's, again, she was like, she really likes to tell people her name.
Ooh, Sherry Pie, gonna slay Sherry Pie.
My name's Sherry Pie and I'm eating a lot of food and
That's right.
America to eat. I don't know. It was like
another like, and I'm gonna be like, no. I really disliked it actually.
Yeah, it wasn't personal at all, or vulnerable, or even like cool, or funny, or weird. I was. This was the first episode where I was like genuinely very resentful of Sherry Pie. I've been sort of just blindly ignoring her, like, well, it is what it is. What are we gonna do about it? But this was the episode where I was like, fuck her.
Yeah.
Like, and all of this nonsense.
Yeah, I get that, and especially given the outcome, which we will talk about. It's like double fuck her.
So anyway, we can move on, but I had some feelings. And then last on the runway, Jada Essence Hall. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. I mean, she was the bride in Coming to America. Oh, yes. I fucking love this.
I thought this was perfection. She looked so gorgeous. So Eleganza Extravoganza. I was saying in the viewing party, I thought this was like something that like I could see Whitney Houston wearing, you know?
Yes. A diva.
Yes, a diva. I mean, though, and again, the stage presence that she has, where she just comes out and you're just like, oh, she's a queen. Like, fuck. You know, you're like, ooh. I thought it was so great.
Yeah, it had this like gold brocade, just like the fabric was so beautiful, and the jewelry and the hair and the makeup and it was just great. Well, I would presume that she made this, and it just looked so fucking good.
Yeah. For me, this was as memorable as Crystal's look in such a different way, but like...
Sure.
Ugh. I will say, shocking, I know what's about to come out of my mouth, but I did actually really agree with Ross, and you might not have listened to what he was saying, but when he was talking about Crystal...
Because you've got to take this wacky tornado of a human and fit it into challenges. Crystal found a way to make it work.
It took a few episodes for her to figure out the competition and like figure out how to constrain herself to the challenges.
I also think she was just really smart in being like, RuPaul has mentioned my mullet upwards of 10,000 times. I should probably do something about this.
Yes, that. But also I think like there was a focus that she learned to apply and figure out how to play the game. And she was able to adapt over the course of the season. And that's why we kept seeing her just take off and succeed for the second half of the entire season.
I mean, the second she walked down the runway in that Freddy Krueger outfit, I was like, bitch, I love you.
Yes.
It's fun.
Well, the second she came in that crazy clown outfit.
Who's ready to party and play?
Who's ready to party and play?
Oh my God, well, and then this was so weird. So we don't get the talk to your younger self, thank God.
Thank God.
We don't get the why should we win? We don't get the why does everyone else suck? It was so refreshing. But then it was so weird. So they've critiqued everybody, and then Ru was like, you are all
heroes.
Except for Sherry Pie. You are all.
You're all just fabulous.
Except for Sherry.
You're all fantastic.
You are all fantastic. Like she said it like 5 different times. Can't cut around that.
No. But this is what I was saying. Like, it was like Ru was on Molly or something where she was just so into... I mean, it was fun. It was sweet to see... I mean, you know, after fucking goddamn 30,000 seasons of RuPaul's this and that, like, that Ru can still be so enthusiastic and such a big fan of these queens, at least seemingly genuinely. You know? And, like, that's nice. So then the judges bring up fucking track records.
Right. They're like, we're at a stalemate. Everyone was so good, we genuinely can't decide. I guess it'll have to just come down to track record. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit.
If we're talking track record, right? Sherry Pie won the first episode, but lost the lip sync. Then 2 other episodes within the first 5. And then episodes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, 6 episodes, she was never in the top and often in the bottom. And I'm just like, what's going on? Whereas then you have someone like Crystal that, like, sure, she just finally won her last challenge, but she should have won the one before that as well. And, like, has been on a trajectory of, like, improving. So
and also this look. This genie look, though.
And her makeover
it's like
look.
You put them next to each other. I mean, fortunately, they're both blue. You put them next to each other, it's like, who am I going to pick? I'm going to pick fucking Crystal. What are we talking about?
So I just was shocked and confused that they still were propping up Sherry for unknown reasons.
Well, and again, it's this edit. It's a very weird, unprecedented situation. Like, we haven't actually been hearing them critique her at all because they just cut it all. So like very well, they may have been critiquing her and we would feel less like resentful of it at this point, because we would have been like, well, at least they told her.
If they told her, I'd be even more angry, I think. You know, where it's like, if you keep reading her for shit every week and she's still in the bottom 3 or 4, then what's going on? You know,
right.
There were several weeks where I was like, well, Sherry should have been in the bottom instead of Heidi or Jackie, instead of Heidi or Jackie, instead of Jackie. Like, it was just like, what's happening? But anyway, Gigi wins. I was kind of surprised.
Slightly. I thought they were going to be giving it to Jada. Or Jackie. I'm telling you, I had a 180 on Jackie. 360? Yeah. No, 180.
No.
I mean, her runway was still not as good.
Yeah.
And there was problems, but I was like, she turned it out.
Yes. I think her performance was great. Her runway was not as great as it needed to be in order to like really cinch the win.
Yeah, you gotta cinch them.
Yeah, we told you to cinch them.
Yeah, you just paper bag them out and cinch them.
And then Jackie and Crystal are in the bottom. I was so confused.
It's because of their track record. They hadn't won as many challenges. And I'm like, that's nonsense.
Yeah, I don't care for it. So Crystal and Jackie have to lip sync to On the Floor by J-Lo featuring Pitbull?
Yeah.
Pitbull featuring J-Lo?
No, it's J-Lo featuring Pitbull. Get it right.
Get it straight or pay the price.
I mean, I was excited when they announced this.
I was excited. I didn't know if this was necessarily the lip sync song to get to the top 4.
Sure. It was a little out of nowhere, but like, you know, it was still fun.
Yes, it was really fun. And I thought they both did great. I think Crystal's makeup didn't lend itself very well to lip syncing because I kept being like, I'm just seeing blue, you know, it was.
Yes, I agree. But in terms of vibe, she was really slaying it, I thought. She was selling it. Her moves were good. She was having a lot of fun and energy. Jackie was doing the same kind of comedy shtick that she's done.
I don't know. Hot take, controversial opinion. I think Jackie kind of won this lip sync.
Really?
Yeah. I love Crystal. I'm so glad she stayed, like all of the above. But Jackie was really giving it to me.
I think they both did well. I just thought that Crystal's was better. I thought Crystal's was more fun and Jackie's was a little more on the nose of like, you know.
I guess for me it came down to the lip sync and they kept going to like close up on Jackie with the rap and being like, I know every fucking word to this rap. And I was like, yeah, bitch, get it. Okay.
Sure. And it was harder to see Crystal's. And I was kind of like, well, I guess who cares? Because whoever goes home is going to come back for the final 4 now that Sherry's gone. And then...
This was so weird.
Congratulations to my final 4. Yay. Are you Team Crystal, Team Gigi, or Team Jada?
Are you Team Gigi? Are you Team Crystal? Are you Team Jada? And that is all. And none for Gretchen Wieners.
And none for Gretchen Wieners. Bye.
But also none for Jackie. And I'm like, why wouldn't they? I was half ready for them to do like a Drop Dead Gorgeous moment and be like,
are you Team Jackie?
Beautiful St. Paul Jackie Cox. I mean, you know, at a certain point, you kind of just have to have a little fun with it and be like, well, it's fucking weird. What are we going to do, guys? Here we are. I don't know.
I would have loved that.
Right?
Are you Team Crystal?
Are you Team Jackie?
Team Gigi, or Team Jada?
But no, they didn't do that. And I'm kind of bummed for Jackie.
It's weird. I feel both ways because I definitely like came around and was like, this was like my favorite episode of Jackie's. And I was like, she deserved to be in that top 4. Like, fuck yes, all the above. And then the like pragmatic part of myself is like, but she's not going to win. So like, why, you know, throw her a bone for the finale? I guess so she can do something fabulous, you know, online and like, yes. I feel both ways about it.
Yeah, I guess what's frustrating for me is that like if they're then going to do a thing where it's like, oh, a big surprise, we brought back Jackie Cox to be the number 4 since, you know, Redacted Pie isn't here. Then she didn't have this whole 2-week lead-in of people voting for Team Jackie Cox and like, you know.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's just top 3.
I guess not. I guess they were like, well, we don't have the budget to send another person cameras and a green screen, so.
Those GoPros are expensive. I guess the whole season I just assumed that like whoever was in the Vanjie spot would just like go through, and it was like understood in my mind that that's what would happen. So I was like, oh, and it was edited so weird where it was just like, anyway, and then that's it. There's only 3.
Yep. Are you team Jada? End of show. Okay. It also just bums me out a little in that it makes the whole redacted pie-ness of the season that much more disappointing or affecting. Like it affected the season so much more in that, you know, she went through all the way to the end and then in the end took a place from someone in the final 4.
Yeah. That's what's really annoying.
And I'm like, that's bullshit. You know, it's, you know, what are you going to do? Vet your contestants better, I guess. But like, it's just a bummer for all of them, for everyone.
All around. Jackie goes home and Dahlia shows up in the blink of an eye. Again.
I mean, fun, I guess.
Sure.
At this point, for me, it's like a little overplayed, but, you know, sure.
They're going to have to FedEx her that outfit to her apartment wherever she's quarantining. But hopefully they dry cleaned it for her first.
Oh my God, hopefully.
This week on Untucked, it was basically a clip show. Not much happened, and they said track record a lot.
A lot.
A track record. It's track record.
Like
track record.
Track record.
Track record.
Track record. Track record. Track record.
I liked the conversation with Jackie where they were talking about like, oh, their walk-in looks and like putting that look back on sort of like reminded them how much they've grown or changed like over the course of time. And she was like, oh, I don't even feel like that girl anymore. Like I feel like a different person. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because no one's ever had to like literally put the look back on.
Sure.
And that's different than just like remembering it.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, so then when they were talking about like all their favorite moments from Untucked and being like, oh, Leslie Jones and like AOC and Whoopi and everything, I was like, oh my God, they should have the guest judges zoom in to the finale.
Sure. Why not?
Leslie Jones would totally do it.
Yeah.
Get some content.
Well, I mean, they usually do a little bit of like oh, well, you got a fan. And I mean, obviously they're not going to get fucking, what's-her-face from Rocky Horror to Skype in and be like, oh, you were really great. You did a great job impersonating me.
But then Joel, the PA, tells them that it's time to go, and they're all like, no, Joel, come back.
5 minutes.
Come sit with us.
Come here.
Give it up
Gotta
for
go.
Joel. No, never leave us.
Don't leave us. It was very Nailed It. What? Do you watch Nailed It?
No.
Oh. There's like a PA that's hot and has like long curly hair, and Nicole Byer is always like, Wes, bring me a margarita. Wes. Wes. She says it all fun.
Good. And then Jackie goes home. I thought this was sweet and nice, you know.
I did notice they showed her packing up her makeup, and usually they only show them packing up clothes.
Yeah, I did notice that too.
Just an observation.
Yeah, she was like, oh my God, so much makeup to pack. And I was like, oh God, I bet.
I never believe it when they're like wheeling out 2 suitcases. I'm like, how do you fit all your drag, all your workroom, just regular clothes, all of your makeup, all of your wigs, all of your shoes?
I think the workroom regular clothes are probably in a different suitcase at the hotel.
Probably, yes. But how do you...
Oh, I mean, she's like shoving that fucking hoop skirt in there or whatever. And I was like, well, that's not... and the suitcases weren't even expanded. I was like, I don't understand.
I feel like there's like a disconnect somewhere because I have so much anxiety about how much they fit into those suitcases.
Yeah.
And I just fundamentally can't wrap my head around it. So anyway.
Maybe there's like RuPaul's Drag Race vacuum bags that they all get sent, right? And they're like...
Now that would be a great... If you could find a way to make it like for wigs specifically or something.
Yes.
Like you vacuum seal it on a styrofoam head or something.
Well,
it would probably wreck it, but something.
If there was a way to like flatten it in a way that would preserve it, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How do they put the freaking wigs in there? Like, what do they...
This is what I don't understand.
I just don't understand. But, you know...
Anyway... Cheers to Jackie fucking Cox. She showed up this episode, and I was proud of her. And cheers to the top 3. I'm into it.
Absolutely. Fully into them. I would be happy if any of the 3 won.
I would be happy if any of the 3 won. I think it's Jada, Crystal, Gigi.
That is my order as well.
I'm not going to be mad if any of them win.
Exactly. Or Heidi.
a write-in vote.
The people's choice.
People's choice, yes! Oh, you know she's going to win Miss Congeniality, right?
If she doesn't, I will be livid and I will just be tweeting about it every day, every hour until, I don't know, a week later. But yeah, until All Star starts.
So, cheers to Heidi fucking who.
Yes.
Who, what, where, Frodite, in closet.
And the top 3.